Hello, Virgo, sun, moon, and rising sign. The month of May 2024 is an auspicious month in the sky with some superior luck. It's a breath of fresh air for all of us. And in your sky, it's bringing you some particularly interesting and positive developments in your career and reputation space with Lord Venus moving into your 10th house. We also can see some exciting developments going on perhaps in the sky for you regarding your health in a positive way. Let's get started and talk about it in a step-by-step manner. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Lori Lothian, and I am using the whole sign house system. I am a Western tropical zodiac astrologer, not sidereal. Love the fixed Taurus and minor asteroids. You get a lot of that content here with me. Stay tuned, stick around, and see what I mean. Now, I'm not promoting much this month, but I do have a pretty fun event going on. I'm just hit the 60,000 subscribers on my channel, and I am now doing the May Madness contest where you can win free readings. Which is really hard to get with me these days. Free access to a lot of my course replays, some free giveaways of my 2024 All Signs video bundle valued at $77. If you want to win something this month from me and get your name in the old hat, I'll be drawing on the weekly throughout the month of May, and you just have to sign up for my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter to be in the contest. In the description box below, you'll see the link to my newsletter. Alrighty, and you can also no, that's about it. So, okay, Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. Let's get speaking into the sky of your story. Having a weird hair day, so let me see if I can fix my hair. Only for a Virgo do I have to get precision hair. All right, so number one, Virgo. It's been a journey for you, right? Through those eclipses that we just had last month, and we all been feeling pretty rattled. And for some of you, it may have been a little bit destabilizing or a little bit unnerving regarding the axis of your finances and your money. This month feels much lighter as the eclipse energy is now leaving us. And the first thing I want to note for you guys that I'm really loving is Venus. Now, we're going to go breaking this month down in terms of, the actual chronology of events that matter most to you. And I'm not going to cover the new moon, full moon cycle because I do separate videos on that. And I really won't have time to do that in this video. So keep that in mind. But Venus, the goddess of harmony, beauty, and prosperity and success, especially around money, is moving into your career house this month. And I just want to highlight that for you. This is going to be a turning point for your career and reputation matters on May the 23rd. And she'll be moving through the sign of Gemini or your 10th house into early June. This is going to give you an opportunity into mid-June to escalate your profile in your work, your career, apply for a job, get a raise, be favored by the boss, or start a new job even for you because of some eclipses that went through the second house and activated the potential for new earning strategies in your life from last month, in the month of March, actually, and April. And so for you, I'm going to say, enjoy the ride. Venus comes through your 10th house once a year, but this is even a more special time as she moves through this part of your sky starting May 15th, because she will do something special here in June called a star point, and that will amplify your career success throughout the end of May into the middle of June. So it looks like it's sweet on you. I'll give you one tip about that. She's still deeply invisible as she's going to be born again as the morning star. And so as she's not visible in our sky for the 23rd of May, probably till about early July, there may be a delay in some of this career success that I'm seeing for you in the sky. Now, as we go through the month, let's talk about other planetary changes. With Venus, by the way, still in Taurus until still in the sign of Taurus until from April 29th until May 23rd, from April 29th to May 23rd, she's in her home kingdom, and she does benefit you in things to do with academics, foreign shore and land travel and getaways, visas, legal matters, and things to do with publications, including book publishing. Those parts of your life are just gloriously beautiful for you, Virgos, all the way through, goodness gracious, from April 29th into the May 23rd timeframe. Certainly, though, both of those periods of time through your 9th house and 10th house will look good on you. You might feel more robustly healthy and well and more filled with joy and energy in the time frame of April the 29th to May the 23rd, when she is in a flow state to your energy as a Taurus, as a Virgo sun, which can be about your career, moon about your home or in your body, which is your health, and your ascendant, which is all things about you. So it's a bit of a yearly glow up in your sense of feel goodness during that time. You are ruled by the planet Mercury, and the planet Mercury in the month of May, I hope I said May in the beginning of this video. In the month of May, the planet Mercury is moving in moving into the sign of Taurus on May the 15th. But before that, he's finishing up his almost 2-month stay in the sign of Aries. Now, he will go direct in the 3rd week of April. So therefore, as the month starts, you've got Mercury, the messenger of the gods, the ruling planet for your sign, moving in direct motion through chunky money, tax rebates, money you share with a spouse, investment monies, inheritance monies, moving forward, moving in a positive direction. As Mercury then moves into your 9th house, which is your 9th house of higher education and foreign travel, he's going to support you there. It's also the house of people who are spiritual to you, like your pastor, your mentor, your guide, your coach, even your therapist. So these kinds of energies are really positively activated by Mercury through Taurus, May 15th to June the 3rd. Now, when he's up here, May 15th to June the 3rd, news and information can come through the sky, positive information connected to legal matters, court cases, as well as book publishing. Lord Jupiter is still up there in that part of the sky through to the very 3rd week of May. And this is going to greatly benefit you in your legal matters, etc. If you have any legal issues you need to resolve and Jupiter's still here, Uranus conjunction is in the past, certainly Mercury is the good news you need in legal matters, or getting that agent for the book publishing deal, or having good news about academic environments in schools and colleges, or having some good positive information or news around travel to foreign shores. Again, we're talking about Mercury in your 9th house from May the 15th to June the 3rd. Now, a long-awaited storyline here is definitely the movement of Jupiter finally leaving the sign of Taurus and moving into the sign of Gemini, which is your career space, which is why I started this video by highlighting some career success for you. Not only are you going to have good old Venus making an entrance into moving into your 10th house of career, but Jupiter will be up there as well as of I'm going to double check my timing on the date, as of May the 25th. So you know this, with Venus, the goddess of luck and beauty and harmony, up in your 10th house of career, starting on May 23rd. And then on May the 25th, Jupiter joining her. This is going to be like getting your dream job, dream promotion, dream raise, some superior news regarding things to do with work and career stories. And that can also flow to your money house, where we had an eclipse in the 3rd week of March to open up new job and career, financial, salary, payment structures, etc. All right, so let's keep going and talk next about Mars. Mars is the god of war and conflict, aggression, but also motivation, willpower, and change. And Mars has been in the sign of Aries for 6 weeks. Mars will be moving out of the sign of Aries on April 30th. So you begin the month of May with this Mars in your, drum roll please, as a Virgo. Mars will be moving into the sign of Taurus, which is a sign of his detriment, but that's not the worst thing about it. You know, I don't think it's so bad. I mean, so Mars will be moving, Mars will be moving into Aries on April 30th. Cut. I don't have time to edit. Mars will be moving into Aries on April the 30th, and he'll be there until June the 9th. In the sign of war, in the sign of his home kingdom, but in the house of your chunky money. So chunky money matters are going to come to life for you. And this is a time in which you may be very aggressively pursuing some kind of investments or separation of assets from a spouse or a significant business partnership. Or maybe you're going to be experiencing this as a lot of willpower and drive to connect your a healing of some sort to how you've handled that kind of chunky money in the past. We have Chiron here. So you may be really looking more deeply, excavating underneath the surface of how some of this kind of money that didn't belong to you or doesn't belong to you has been a challenge, right? I often use the example of my Virgo rising daughter who kind of blew a micro inheritance while the Chiron wound was traveling through her inheritance house in the past. And the Mars Chiron get along. There can be a noble healing of a Chironic wound around spousal money, shared resource money, tax money, investment money, credit card debt, mortgage money, money that's connected to other people. And that's a good story for you in this time frame. All right, we're going to break down some of the chronology of the month ahead. Let's begin by talking about May the 1st to the 4th. This chunk of time has a lot of action in the sky. We've got a Venus sitting in the sign of Taurus, squaring Pluto. There can be some difficult stories about money and love and during that window of time, but also connections to work environments that can be challenging. Maybe an absolutely difficult moment of what you value and what you consider important, and what you're coming into is a crisis of conflict with somebody in a position of authority in a work type environment. That's most likely what this is. At the same time, in this May 1st to the 4th time frame, Mars is opening up a very beautiful, sweet sextile to Pluto, and that's good for commercial and financial success or positive willpower and action. And this is going to look like, especially May 2nd to the 4th, the possibility of something to do with financial elements of your life, Mars in your chunky money house, flowing to Pluto in your work and debt house. This can look like a really bold opportunity to pay off a debt to a creditor, or a very bold opportunity to be financially benefiting from some new increase in a career and work setting. Again, May 2 to the 4th. On May the 12th to the 14th, we're going to see the sun coming into a conjunction with Uranus, which brings an unexpected but quite often positive development. Now, when the sun connects with Uranus and Taurus, it's going to be in your house of career. In your house of academics and father figures sometimes, and things to do. Sorry, I have to fix that. I'm looking into the light. And things to do with your higher education environments and book publishing. So if you're in any of those environments, there's some kind of unexpected, a surprising event, but it does have a positive feel because it flows to you, and it could look like something really exciting and positive is trying to happen at that time, especially if you're a Virgo between 20 and 29 degrees for your sun, moon, and rising. You get a nice electric shock of something positive, like winning the court case, getting the book publishing deal, getting a great grade from your professor or something like that. Moving into the rest of the story between May 12th and 14th, we're going to see Venus coming into a flowing happy sextile from the sign of Taurus in her home kingdom, which again is your 9th house, flowing to Saturn in the house of your marriage and business partners. It's an ideal time to fortify a relationship of some kind that matters to you, that may have been feeling a little bit hard-shipped out with the Saturn in the 7th house transit. And this can be a beautiful energy of a spiritual alignment with a significant other in your life, friend or partner or business partner, or maybe an opportunity that Venus brings you to take a trip abroad or a foreign land travel opportunity around 12th to the 14th of May with that person. And also the other possibility here is that you could end up with a kind of a legal contract that's really beautiful, or legal deal, a sweet legal deal, a legal contract or deal emerging for you May 12th to the 14th. Now, on May the 17th to the 22nd, you're going to see the sun and Jupiter combine forces, and that's always good, but Jupiter's also invisible. So he's going into the heart of the sun, and he will not be visible by our eyeballs. And that means that he's also kind of undercover and doing something secretive. So while it's positive, you may not see the outpicturing of that for another few weeks, because when Jupiter is invisible, his results may not also be visible. Jupiter in the heart of the sun in Taurus can extremely bless you with some prosperity, because this is a luck house, but also a sense of coming into an alignment with your purpose, having a great result in a judge legal contract agreement matter, having something very positive happening in your academic environments. This is again seeding something for you. And it's a once a year event when Jupiter is in the heart of the sun. And this is in Taurus, which happens only once every 12 years. I'll be doing a whole deep dive video into this luscious, beautiful flow of Jupiter sun towards your identity. We will also see in that same window of time, the 17th through the 22nd, the sun with that Jupiter conjunction flowing to Neptune. So there's a Neptunian element, like there's a beautiful, sweet, mystical vibe here. And for some of you, it could look like an engagement, a wedding plan, a spiritual commitment to connect more deeply in a more legal framework with a significant other in your romantic life. And if you meet somebody under this, it's kind of baking in a really divine spark of spiritual alignment with that person in that new relationship. With, I want to say Virgo, because Mars did his heliacal rise in your house of romantic love in January of this year, some of you single Virgos are in for the love of a lifetime between January of 24 and January of 26. And this little sweet spot in the sky, Jupiter sun flowing to Neptune, soulmate love in your 7th house, can bring that relationship into life, especially, by the way, if it's through travel or foreign lands or academic settings that you and this person encounter each other. As we move forward, we're going to talk about May 23rd to the 28th. That's a big chunk of time. Let's break the 23rd to the 28th down. Now, first of all, the big thing that's happened between the 23rd and the 28th is Venus on the 23rd co-joining with Jupiter. In Indian astrology, that's a planetary war. In modern Western astrology, it's lucky as all hell. You tell me how it works for you. Is it a difficult or positive event? Venus is in her own sign of Taurus and Jupiter is following her orders. I believe this makes it more positive, and I think you're going to find that May 23rd opens up a doorway of possibility and positivity. Prosperity, money, luck could come out of this. A birth of a grandchild, announcement of a grandchild coming in if you have kids, things to do with exciting developments with your spiritual life, your academic life, or your book publishing world, or foreign shore travel and opportunities for those adventures. Whatever this is, it feels lucky to me because Venus is in a strong place in her own home sign and in her own home kingdom. So you tell me, guys, what happens when Jupiter and Venus co-join here? Tell me what it feels like. Wait, are they in? Let me double check where they're sitting. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm not even sure. You're my first video that I'm doing. Have they sliced out of, maybe they've sliced into Gemini. And then you guys, I'm so sorry. If you're the first one I've done, which is maybe what's happening, like, let's see where they're co-joining. Oh, thank God. I think they're at the very end of Taurus. Let me double check the hours on that. 29th degree anoretic, if that's the case. That's a humdinger. Yeah. You're my first video. I decided to start with Virgo this month instead of Aries when I was recording these. Early access ad-free on April 14th for my Patreon community. Hallelujah. Yes, we're at 29 degrees. I'm double checking that it really that it perfects at 29 degrees of Taurus. Yes, 29 degrees of Taurus. Holy man. So this is a very intense anoretic karmic completion degree as well. So this is exciting in that regard. I mean, it could look like a very strong element of completely ending something that has been a problem too with legal matters in a positive way, or travel matters, or all the other 9th house matters in a very positive way. So I'm glad I cleared that up for me. For you guys, you get to be one of my people that's the first one I do the recording on instead of Aries. So I apologize if I have been a little weird about that. Now let's get us back in my back end to Aries, to Virgo. Oh my God, guys, I'm apologizing here. All right, Virgos. All right, next. There's something going on in the sky around, just for you guys, May the 19th, where you may have a formal declaration of committed love. I just want you to be aware of that energy that's playing out in your sky around, May 19th to the 23rd as well. There's a flow between Juno in the house of you and Mercury in the house of God. And that looks very much like a legal contract or agreement being formed here, maybe about love, maybe about relationship. All right, moving forward, Venus, Neptune, Venus, Jupiter on the 23rd of May, 29 degrees Anoretic. I already covered that. But then we also see that Venus is going to slide right into the sign of Gemini. And I'm reminding you then that as Venus on the very day of the 23rd slides into Gemini, you're going to find that's going to bring you 3 weeks of career success and luck and promotion and popularity and upswing. Now, Jupiter will sextile Neptune from the 23rd to the 28th of May. Jupiter is in a flow to the god of transcendence, imagination, unconditional love, oceanic consciousness. Venus as well on the 23rd is flowing to that Neptune. So there's that Venus flow to Neptune, and then Jupiter follows up and flows to Neptune as Venus is completed with it. This is like a lot of Neptune here. And if you're in a significant relationship, it's a glow up. If you have a client audience marketplace outreach, it's going to bring you some greater success there. So that's going to be very exciting for you. The Jupiter story is the 23rd to the 28th of the month. And it's also extremely positive for great outcomes in legal, contractual, and legal matters in general. On May the 25th, Venus will trine Pluto. That's flowing, beautiful energy between the goddess of beauty and love herself in your career space and Pluto in your workspace, your dream job, your dream career move, your dream success story in some kind of money career storyline. So looking for that power and wealth that you can command as you step into some new power here for many of you Virgos. And it could just as a lovely space of success and power and wealth coming through the career axis on May the 25th, give or take a few days on either side. And then lastly, on May the 30th, we're going to see Jupiter now trining Pluto. So Venus on the 25th, Jupiter on the 30th, just doubling down on this expansion of career, success, and luck and opportunity. Your boss loves you. You get a raise, you get a promotion, you get raised to a new level, you get a better job that you really want. This kind of thing goes up and up and up. And lastly, on May the 30th as well, Mercury, we haven't talked much about him. Mercury will conjunct Uranus. That's good news, surprising news, good surprising news. And Uranus, the god of the surprise himself, is still in Taurus. So this is a Taurus story, surprising positive news in travel opportunities, foreign shores, book publishing, third marriage environments, and legal matters. Thank you, Virgo, for dealing with me being so confused about some things as you're the first sign I'm recording today on April 14th. Patreon gets this early access ad free. If that kind of stuff appeals to you, to get this before everybody else and also get a bunch of perks by Zoom call meetings with me, teaching things that I do there on Patreon that I don't do anywhere else, come join me on Patreon and see what's going on that side of my world. Thanks, guys, and have a wonderful month of May.